All right. In this video, I'll share with you a real life incident that took place. One, I'll give you my own example. The other two, I'll give you two of my clients. Okay. If you have been following my channel since the last 2 years or 3 years, you know this incident actually happened 2 years, I think. Before I used to allow anyone to add me on Facebook. Now I'm actually deleting people from social media. So those days when I was just randomly adding anyone and everyone, there was this Indian guy, I think, not too sure. He's from the north of India. I don't know which state particularly. So this guy from the north of India was studying in Russia or Ukraine, one of the two places. But somewhere in Russia. He was completing his doctorate degree or whatever to become a doctor. And when initially when people add you up on social media, they obviously go through your profile, they start looking at old photographs or whatever, and they comment. This young man, who was I think in his 20s, started commenting on different photographs. Okay, at first I was just ignoring. But then one of the photographs where my wife and my baby was there, it was just a family photograph, he commented something that was extremely inappropriate. He said, your wife, I'm paraphrasing, and if you've seen that video where I actually put his profile, his photograph, everything, exposed him completely for whatever it was worth. He said, your wife is like a 3-year-old girl whom you are having sex with, or something like that, something in those lines. Your wife is like a baby girl to have sex with. And then something he commented about my daughter. He said, and your daughter looks cute and hot, or something like that. Oh, she looks really hot and cute. Now, I found that extremely inappropriate. Now, you can say that maybe English is not his first language. Maybe that can be his excuse. Or you can say that maybe he wanted to compliment my wife that she is young, and he used those words. But whatever the case is, when you post something online with your name and your identity, you're held accountable for it. And I don't think that a guy who's going to become a doctor would have any difficulty in knowing or that stating that you having sex with your wife, how do you put that in a different way? Is like having a 3-year-old or something, or she looks like a 3-year-old. I mean, what is that supposed to mean? And then your daughter is going to be hot. So he's looking at my child who is 2 or 3 years old, and he's saying she is hot. So obviously there's something wrong. And he's supposed to be a doctor. Huh? He's supposed to be a general practitioner whom he'll be dealing with men, women and children. So very disturbing Indian, North Indian. So what I did is, I took a screenshot of that conversation. I made a video on it. I sent it to his college, the authorities. I sent it to local authorities. And he was made to pay the price for what he did and said. I'm not too sure, but as far as I can recollect, I think he got suspended from the college. I had given it to some of my contacts in India who are working with the cybercrime division, and they said they would investigate the matter and look into it. And I think he paid the price for what he did and said. He did get in touch with me after, I think, a year or something, apologized, and literally begged and pleaded with me to remove that video because it seems that his life was getting destroyed. But I didn't want to do anything with him, and I wanted him to pay the price. Eventually, I think, I'm not sure. I think I deleted the video because you need to understand there are so many videos. I'm not sure I deleted the video on the request from a very high-level contact, common friend of my contact who's in the government. Okay, so I think this guy with his father and mother, They spent tons of money to ensure that he could clear his name. So I'm being honest with you. I don't remember the exact what is the status of the video because I have so many videos. But those who have seen the video know what I'm saying is true, and those who have seen his photograph on my Facebook, it's still there, but I'm not going to search it. Okay, so I told you what happened. Now, consider this. Do you think his career would ever be the same? Do you think that anyone would want to deal with him if they come to know about this? In fact, I'm very sure you'd say he deserves it. Okay, he deserves it because who knows what kind of individual he'll grow up to be. Okay, now here is one example where a guy did something stupid, paid the price for it, but later on claimed that, he acted immature and he's sorry, But the punishment is for the rest of his life. But now the question begets, can he undo this mistake? He can't. What about a person who does it from a hidden account, doesn't reveal who they are, from a fake account? This also happened, and the individual in question, at that time I didn't know who it was. He had a very Christian English name, and he started not only troubling me, started contacting my wife. That time my wife's details and my details were there, so through Facebook. One mistake that my wife had done those days was she was selling clothes, second-hand clothes, second-hand items, so she had put her number. So this guy, he took advantage of that and started harassing her. Once again, through the contacts with evidence, we submitted it to the cyber crime division, both locally as well as because they wanted to trace him. We found out he's from India and reported to the authorities. They managed to trace him, and in his case, it became kind of ugly because here's a strange bit. He came from a good family. Surprisingly, he came from a good family, and he was made to pay the price for it. I don't want to get too much into details, but it became a very, very painfully bad affair. I mean, his parents their health was not very strong, so it became really bad. Let me put it to you that way. Okay, but now his details have been saved, and I think because of which his career prospects got destroyed. He had to travel, wanted to go abroad, all that got put on hold because now it's a police case. Okay. I give you two examples. Now let me give you two examples where the individuals were innocent. This is with regards to a female who got in touch with me. Her parents got in touch with me because she actually had made a sex kind of video. They had sex, and they thought it was a good idea to take photographs and a few video shots of the sexual passion. The boy decided to go abroad. They broke up. She assumed that he deleted everything, which he didn't. And he claims that someone hacked into his, computer, laptop, whatever, because she got a video that was sent to her. Okay, it was sent to her with a small screenshot of she having sex. Obviously, the guy's image, everything was deleted. Only, she doing whatever she was doing. And she thought of committing suicide and she didn't know how to handle it. And the parents were also, she had to tell her parents. Okay. And she was thinking of committing suicide. And now over here, the girl's image, because the whole family came to know, the girl's image got destroyed. The girl's integrity, dignity, everything got destroyed. And very soon, unfortunately, the whole community or the people around there, they came to know. Now, mind you, she did something few years ago and she thought it was completely over. But now then the thing came to haunt her. So now what could be done? They filed a police case. They got the law involved because his parents were based locally there, even though he was studying abroad. Contacted him. Became a bit bad, ugly mess. But now the video is already online, even if he deletes. Now what do you do? There was a proposal that they should get married, but then you're forcing it. And when the parents spoke to me, I told them, see, listen, marriage is not the solution. Marriage will be the beginning of new problems. So the only solution in their case was to completely, they literally had to do this. They had to shift her, they had to change their residence. A very painful process, took almost a year. Shift their residence, change whatever. She had to move to a different part of India, and eventually she migrated somewhere else. And she's no longer on social media. He is no longer on social media. But both the families were completely destroyed because of this incident. One final incident I'll give you. This one was my client. He, an Indian guy, very active with Indian politics, loved the BJP, always supporting Hindu and anti-Muslim slogans. And he went to Dubai. He decided to focus on his career. Nothing bad about politics and all, because UAE, he didn't want to get involved. He wanted to be serious. But lo and behold, those days it was called Twitter. Now it's X. Someone managed to unearth some of the tweets he had sent, which were anti-Islamic, anti-Muslim, anti-whatever. And because maybe he was doing well at his job, someone presented it to the HR. The company had predominantly Muslims. And this led to, the owner, literally the owner, presenting it to the cops. They wanted to make a police case. And because he got into this, he got in touch with me. And I literally told him, do whatever it takes. Don't let it go to the court. Beg, plead, cry, whatever. Finally, after doing this for weeks and months, the owner said fine, but in exchange he had to forfeit his months of salary, whatever the company owed him, and made a promise never to come back. Now just imagine, for a tweet that was sent months ago. Like this, there are so many other incidents that have taken place. One of my valuable members, I'll just give you his name as Vishwa. I will not give his full name. His colleague got framed by same company, by another female, that he tried to rape. And here's the funny thing. The guy is very good looking. The female is very fat and ugly, extremely fat. And here's the funny thing. She was making passes at him. He kept refusing her. And because her ego got hurt, she decided to take revenge and put the false charges. Lucky for him, where she claimed that he tried to rape her was like a server room. And there was a camera there. What had actually happened was he bumped into her there, and she tried to kiss him. She tried to kiss him, and he refused. He's like, what the fuck, get the fuck out of my face, that kind of thing. And she claimed that he tried to rape her. Little did she know that there was a camera there. And he managed to prove his innocence. But the whole process took around, I think, 2 weeks. And in those 2 weeks, he literally lost his reputation. Colleagues stopped talking to him. He was put in jail. It was a terrible thing for him, terrible. And he was just glad that he cleared his name, but it was the hardest 10 days of his life, like 2 weeks. But he was so hurt because the colleagues that he knew, they didn't believe him. Like this, I've had many clients over the years, people who have done mistakes, silly mistakes, from chatting with a girl. One of the guys who I personally know, if you check my Facebook before 10 years, I used to hang out in that restaurant to drink Kadak Chai. He was he was one of the owners, partners. He had a cyber sex session with one of the girls, even though he was married. And it turned out that this girl started to blackmail him. And he used to send her nude pics, of his whatever, masala dosa. And, he used to show videos of him masturbating. And when she blackmailed him and he refused to pay, he was newly married by then and had a kid. She created a fake account with his name and sent everyone who were common friends, including me. I was his friend. They sent these videos, and I was shocked when I saw that because it was real. It was not fake, screenshots, everything. And he just vanished from social media, him, his wife, his entire family. But you see where I'm getting at. It destroyed his life. Like this, I get quite a number of people who send me messages. Somebody's blackmailing them. One of my other clients, very old time, he was happily married, but he got this girl, very attractive, fell in love with her, kind of, and she turned out to be part of some mafia group where they make you open up, masturbate. And I myself, if you've seen my old videos, not I masturbated, I think it was a Turkish female who, real, huh? It's not a bot. Like how I'm talking to you, she was talking to me and I was just doing my work. For me, I always used to keep in mind that people can be recording what I'm doing. And she started showing her cleavage. And why I found the whole thing suspicious is because very attractive female wants to talk to me. And this I managed to get through Tinder. And the camera was positioned in such a way that it was her bedroom, and she was like, you're handsome, you're nice. For me, it was like, oh yeah, right. And then she said, I want to show you something. I was like, okay. I was typing and doing my blog post for my website, and she literally started showing me her top and removed her top, and next thing you know, she's like, you want to see more? And she even got on bed and took off her trousers, and you can use your imagination. Real female, not real. This is not fake. And she's like, you show me yours now. And I found the whole thing fishy. And thankfully, because I had a number of women, so I was not desperate about this. But if I didn't have any females, who knows what I would have done. Later on, it turned out that this girl was, it came in the papers, Gulf News, College Times, that this was a group of, I don't know, some underworld people who employed the services of these girls to get known figures or famous people or rich people, catching them in compromising positions and then blackmailing them. And I've got quite a number of people who claim, you have these, especially UAE, you have the fake CID, fake, Pakistani or African or even Indian scammers who have the photograph of an actual police with the UAE base number, with the name Colonel whatever or Major, General, whatever, Arabic name, and then they blackmail you by saying that you have to come to Rafah police station or Dubai police station or Sharjah police station, whatever, bring your passport, bring this money, you're going to get deported. And if you don't want to do that, okay, you have to pay the fine, 5,000, 50,000, whatever the amount. And once they pay, they think it's over, but then they are blackmailed to pay more, or they are told, we will show these messages or this photograph, or this is where you went for prostitution, or we hacked into your computer and we found porn. So many people have got in touch with me with that. So now, what is the main message I'm trying to give you here? Be careful how you use social media. Be careful what you post on social media. Be careful what you like, what you don't like. Like, I remember the days, this is when I was 36, 11 years ago. I'm 47 now. That time the Muslim Brotherhood was a major scandal or point of contention in UAE. In Petrofac, oil-based company, there were a group of, I think, Egyptians or Syrians. They just, I don't know how far it's true, but I do know that the riot police, military, CID, all, they went, picked up these guys, picked up their family members, wives, children, everyone. And they give them a one-way ticket and told them out because they liked those days a Facebook group, the Muslim Brotherhood, and I don't know what was the content there, but it was it was a threat to national security. So they got picked up in 24 hours. Them, their wives, children, family, everyone rounded up, one-way ticket back to your country of origin. So just because by liking. So I just want to tell you, be careful what you post on social media. Be careful what you share on social media. In fact, the best thing is not to be on social media. And don't for a minute think just because you have a fake profile, a fake name, a fake ID, you use a $10 or $5 or $100 VPN, you can bypass $1 billion tracking system, an AI system, infrastructure that the government has that can track you down. You're not more sophisticated than them. They can track you down through the, when you connect to the network, everything has a digital footprint. From the mobile you use, there is a code, there is a serial number, everything, all the data packets have a tracking and they will track you down. You think you can use a VPN and you suddenly become invisible. You can check any porn site and nobody will catch you. Boss, don't be fucking stupid. You're not smarter than the system. You're part of the system. You're using the system. You think the system doesn't know. So just because you use a fake name and you create a fake account and through a VPN or through some laptop or through some iPhone or... My honest suggestion is use social media responsibly. That is why I created a real account, my real name, real face, and I hold myself accountable to everything that I post. And that is why I've avoided posting anything that could get me in trouble. When I was in UAE, nothing but clean record about UAE. But the day I left and I knew that I would never come back, then I started to speak the truth about life in UAE. Because if I'd done that when I was there, I'd be in trouble. That is why now when I'm here as a guest, I don't take interest in anything got to do other than my area of expertise, that is Dubai, India, and personal branding. And I also told you, being an Indian passport holder, even though I'm Indian, even though I'm a citizen of India, if I was in India, I would never speak about BJP, Congress, politics, Indian men, Indian women, because I just don't know who could do what. It's a very dangerous place. Don't take social media for granted. Don't think you're indestructible. Don't think you're invincible. Don't think you're smarter than the system. And if you honestly ask me, the best advice I could give anyone is, if you're not making a living like me on social media, better not to be on social media. Log in as a guest. See what you want to see. Do what you have to do. Get out. Don't unnecessarily make enemies. Don't unnecessarily do illegal activity. Don't do anything that if someone would see you, it could destroy your life. Always remember that everything... See, if you're watching porn and masturbating and nobody gives a fuck about it, nobody's going to, oh, you caught your sausage and you're doing this. No. That is a silly thing. Watching porn and all silly. Okay? I'm not talking of that. But if you start indulging in illegal categories of porn, from pedophilia to underage porn, or you are instigating pornography or something as production or commercial, then you're in serious shit. But if you're just jerking off watching a adult porn video, nobody cares a damn. And then always keep in mind, whatever you store in your computer, and if it's connected, anyone can hack, anyone can access. That is why if you have valuable data, have it in a hard disk but never connect it to the internet. Have a physical, don't store it in the cloud nowhere. Never have anything on your phone, because people can hack your phone also, the Pegasus software. So use the internet very wisely. Like, I know many people say, oh, you have a porn group. Yeah, porn group. People who are 35 plus or 40, and people I know are part of that group. I don't add anyone else. People are ready to pay me money and join. I was like, you get porn online for free. Go see there. And over there, I'm not at all interested in the content, but I've kept a couple of moderators and I've told them, if there's any porn that is not acceptable, you have to let me know and the person has to go, but we need evidence. There have been one or two, or I think, sorry, 2-3 instances where someone claimed to send something accidentally, which was not at all appropriate. Not at all. I got in touch with them, sent them the screenshot with their number as evidence, and I told them I would report them to the authorities to never come back, never get in touch with me, and delete that number, delete their content, because otherwise I would definitely, because they would definitely contact them. And out of the fear, they never got in touch with me. They deleted that number which they had and wiped out their phone clean. I have no interest or any mercy towards such people who do things which are criminal. So, for adults to watch porn, fine. But anyone who's above 35, 40, otherwise no. And I'm not involved in that. They want to share their own private collections, whatever the fuck they want to do. However, for you, if you are in a country where there are certain laws, be careful, respect those laws. Don't try to change the laws. Don't try to argue with them. If you're Muslim and LGBTQ is not allowed, don't trumpet and say, hey, human rights. That's all bullshit. Follow the laws of the country. And if your past has been very colorful, like that guy who was, when he was in India, he was bashing and badgering Muslims. And then he decided to go to a Muslim country. Please deactivate your account completely. Just deactivate it. Do not let anyone know where you're traveling, who you're going, where you're going, nothing. Deactivate. Don't be online at all. And that's what I tell my clients. Don't be online. Not even LinkedIn. Just don't be bloody online. You don't need to be online. So, and that's what most of my important clients, VIP clients, you'll never know what is their net worth, who they are out, where they are going, what they are doing. Even when I travel, many people ask me, would you ever visit India? Little do they know that I have visited India, and even if I do, I never tell anyone. I visit, I go, I come back. Nobody knows where I go, what I do, when I do it. In fact, when I do travel, people still think I'm in some movie. Why? Because I have backdated videos. That means I have 10 videos in the pipeline. And it looked like I'm in some movie, but I'm actually in some other part of Thailand or some other country. That's how it should be. Anyway, I wanted to share this with you because please be careful what you post online. Be careful of your image. Today there are deep fakes. People can do anything. And anything that you posted, maybe even 10, 11 years ago, can come back and haunt you. We have seen so many social media influencers who said or cracked a joke that was 15, even 20 years ago, or 11 years ago, 15 years ago. Facebook, I deleted 2 business pages because the post I used to put 15 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 11 years ago, they are flagging me today. There was one post where one guy and girl, this is like a funny cartoon, like the guy and girl are both looking down their underwear and they're like, oh, you have a stick, but I don't. Something like that. Those days, that was a forward share that was shared by everyone. I just forwarded it. Someone forwarded it to me, you could tag people. No? I forwarded it, share. So Facebook, imagine 11 years ago, Facebook tagged, you are what? This is a post that goes against community standards, targeting children, harming them, which can be criminal offense. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I didn't even know what it was. Because imagine, 11 years ago, man, no, not 11, 15, more than that. I was just forwarding, Star Wars and this and that. And I used to post literally 100, 200 posts per day. So I was like, this is not worth it. I just deleted the whole community or the group page. It was just supposed to be like humor, funny and all that. So you see how things can get to you. Something that you've done maybe 15 years ago can come back. So yeah, just be careful. I always tell people, when in doubt, leave it out. So if you're not sure and there's too much work to be done, it's not worth having that social media. Deactivate it. If you don't want to delete it, deactivate it. You can log in whenever you want to check, upload photographs you think appropriate, deactivate. In fact, for those of you who know, there was one local Emirati female whom I took permission from. I took permission from her when I was mentoring her to take photographs with her that I was a mentor. She said, yes, everything fine. After a year, when I stopped mentoring her and I stopped praising her, she always wanted me to praise her. Because I praised one of her competitors, she filed a false police case on me, stating that I was destroying her reputation, and I uploaded these photographs without her permission. So I was like, what the fuck is... Good, I remember this. In fact, this actually happened. One other video where one female put a fake rape case on me. Fake. And this was age of 36. When, I used to conduct coaching classes with my groups. This particular girl was in an abusive relationship, wanted to leave her boyfriend, wanted to change her job, she didn't even have money for my coaching. And I helped her with... Those days, I was like stupid. I used to help females and males and people, and I helped her make a CV. I helped her get a job, and she got friendly. This is something I shouldn't have done. She got friendly, and we were alone. And next thing you know, she's kissing me, and for me, alone with a girl. Those days, I was a playboy. I didn't mind it, and she wanted to say thank you in a special way. So okay, fine. And but irrespective of that horny stuff, I still completed a resume. I trained her for the interview, helped her get a good job. We had our fun and no strings attached. You can go your way. And she also borrowed money from me. She took my educational material, my books and this and that, with this thing that she'll return it later. I was like, okay, fine. I took her word on it. She got a job. She got the job from my contact. Everything sorted out. So obviously after a month, when she got her salary, I asked it back. And because I asked it back, you remember I told you, part of my group, she put a fake case. She didn't report to the police. She told that friend, I was dating a friend, which nobody knew. That is one thing I have to always keep. Left hand doesn't know what right hand is doing. She told her that I raped her. And because this female was dating currently, knew me very well, she was like, Loy, I know you are a playboy, you sleep around with women, but I know one thing, you will not rape anyone. So I said, why the fuck is she saying rape? She's like, I don't know. She's going around telling groups of people. So where I had to stop this, I had to put a stop to it, so managed to get the right contact connection, and it seems that I was not the first and only one. She tried this. She tried it with multiple number of men, where she would take money and later on fabricate them with a fake rape case or fake rape claim because she didn't want to pay back. This was one of her strategies. And she got what she deserved because she tried it with the boss of the company who I spoke to get her a job. She even tried getting frisky with him, borrowed money, tried to blackmail him for rape. She didn't know who she was playing around with. He got her deported. And that was that. So anyway, I'm sharing with you real life practical stories. Be very careful what you post online. And remember, if you're a guy, by default, if a girl complains, girls can always cry, sob stories, and they're innocent. Guys, you have a tough time. So if you're really focused about your career, if you're really focused about having a clean record, make sure that your social media is deactivated. Whatever you've done in the past is your past. Focus towards your future, your present and your future. And that's the best advice I can give anyone. Just don't have social media. But if you wish to have, just make sure it's clean. Okay? And avoid posting anyone, avoid friends. That is why out of 21 or 22,000 contacts and connections, I'm busy deleting. And now it's come down to 6,000 or 5,000. I'll delete until I either have 0 or maybe single or double digit. Rest everyone is going to be deleted. That's it. If anyone has to get in touch with me, they have my number. They can contact me. No need to know what's happening in my life. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Good, bad, ugly, feel free. Comment down below. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But keep in mind, creating a fake name, fake account, fake Gmail ID, fake SMS, SIM card number, or virtual number, having a proton mail, doesn't mean you can't be tracked. The minute you log on to the internet with a device, each one has a digital footprint, you can and will be tracked. Be careful. You're not smarter than the system. I hope you know that. Before I conclude, just one more thing. There have been even females, clients of mine, who before initially they were models, or they used to have steamy, raunchy photographs in their bikini or in the pub or nightclub, just sexy photographs. Like they would look hot, or they would be with a guy or boyfriend or girls, or with alcohol. This also can get in trouble. And I've told you, many people in Emirates Airlines, just because someone had taken a photograph of them drinking alcohol or being friendly in a very friendly sexual pose or romantic pose with another man, and either of them were married to someone else, has led them to be blackmailed, or the photograph was submitted to HR, due to which they lost their job. So keep this in mind. This also can backfire. And sometimes you might have a photograph that is harmless. You just hugging a child or someone, and someone can put the wrong tag or say, see what he's doing with children. End of story. So be very careful. Remember, be very, very careful. Okay, today we have a whole social media world out there of jobless youngsters who have so much of time. They even create Reddit communities, they even create groups. They want to bring people down. They literally want to bring people down and fabricate them with false claims. And we live in a day and age where if you are branded as a pedophile or rapist or sexual predator, all that, the rule is you are guilty until proven innocent. You understood? You are guilty by default. Someone said you're a rapist, means you're a rapist. So now you prove that you're innocent. Instead of, okay, the person said you're a rapist, prove it he's a rapist, then we'll believe you. No. We live in a day and age where they say, if you're a rapist, okay, finished, you are a rapist. Now you prove you're innocent. So it's guilty unless proven innocent. So people can do it to take revenge, to destroy your life, to hate you. And like I told you, there are youngsters who are just jobless. They get a high knowing that they can destroy someone's life. And they will simply create JPEG images, deep fakes, fake morphed names, or they'll give you, we have seen so many times in WhatsApp, they'll have a JPEG image, put some photograph, write something out of context, slap on a CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera logo on top or something and say this is legit. Most of the people will not even verify. They'll just forward to the groups and it'll go viral. And people are dumb fucks. They'll just accept it and say, yeah, this is true. And especially in India with 1 billion users, they'll just keep forwarding anything, any prime minister, any this thing, and say, this is true. I got forwarded one guy randomly out of the blue who sent me one Indian male having hardcore sex with a female and said, this is a minister's son. And I was like, who minister? What the fuck are you talking? And then it seems that there was a minister's son who got caught having sex. But then it turned out that this was not the minister's son. This is another Indian model, but he's not a minister's son. But you see what they did. And just imagine if he wanted to destroy my name and I was someone who was decent, he could send me that video and then report to the police, oh, this guy is carrying that fake video. There have been even people seriously on WhatsApp and Facebook who have sent me a video of one Muslim guy, Muslim Mutawa priest or a Hindu, this thing, doing something with a small girl. Very disturbing video footage. Said, oh, see what they are doing, see what they are, it's so dirty. I reported them, really, I reported them immediately to the authorities. I said, I've reported you, send them a screenshot, you're going to be fucked. Because I don't care whether he did it out of good intentions or bad. You send me something like this, I am reporting your ass to the police. to the police with their name, details, to the embassy, consulate. I don't care. If your life is destroyed, you deserve it because I didn't ask you to send me this. So please be careful. Please be careful. We live in very dangerous times as social media is concerned. It can destroy your life. It's not a joke. So please be careful. Having said that, I hope this video added some value. Be responsible, be smart, because once shit hits the ceiling or the problem starts, it's like putting fire to petrol. That's the end of it. Alright, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Feel free. Let me know if you know such examples. You guys take care. This is me signing off.